14 live broadcast. I want to apologize for being just a little late, but I'm having some technical difficulties with my computer. I had to do a little run some software that I run on the background of the computer to try to debug some things because my computer is running really slow. But I want to thank Ollie for being here. Let's see here. Just a minute. I want to see who's. Okay, look like I have Israq and a few other people in the Bangladesh community. I want to also thank my little one, Kayla, and my loved one that always support me, that's always here. I want to thank Ollie for being here today. I want to show y'all a little video that I thought was very, very kind of cute, really kind of funny in one respect. But I saw that Dan Ewald, one of our leaders in the TBC community over in Africa, put up on the homepage, and I shared on my timeline. And I want to show you all this video. There's not no sound to it. Just watch it. Watch it. Okay, I'm gonna do a screen share. Let me make this a little larger so you can see it. All right. Now watch this. As you see this law enforcement officer, right? And then you see, look like a little lady, right? But watch this video. It's very funny. And look at what it says at the top. He's got poverty, so he's poverty. And this says me, being that person. Watch this and see what's happening. Just watch this video. Just watch it. See, they're just walking, right? This happened a long time ago, this video. And they started walking faster. Look like, what it looks like here? Looks like poverty is trying to catch up with this person, isn't it? Now they're starting to run a little bit. Now they're getting faster. Now they're out running up fast. Look, it's poverty trying to catch up with that person. Look, look, look. You see? Let's go back again. Let's look at this again. Look, this is poverty trying to catch up with you. And some of you, there's quite a few people around the world has already been caught by poverty. You're running from it. You're trying to get away from it. Look, look, you're running. Now you take off and run full speed. And poverty's still trying to catch you. Look what's happening here in this video. I thought this was an incredible video that Dan Ewald posted. That's right. Poverty has caught a lot of us. So what are we going to do about that, folks? All right, let me come out of that. There's something else I want you to see. All right, hold on a minute. Is this particular picture here that I posted on my timeline and said this is a very true statement. This is by Bill Gates, one of the most wealthiest men he's on earth. This is Bill Gates, an American business magnate, Microsoft co-founder, and philanthropist. This guy gives a lot of his funds out to help others. He's one of the few that do that. Okay, it says this: surround yourself with people who challenge you, teach you, and push you to be your best. I'm going to repeat that again. And listen closer to the people in the chat and those that may watch this video later. Surround yourself with people who challenge you, teach you, and push you to be your best self. Now, when I think of somebody like that, you know what person that comes to my mind? I don't know where it comes to your mind in the chat. It reminds me of a person by the name of, y'all know this person, he's a leader in our community, Randy Wilson. When he's in cash flow coaching, doesn't he challenge you? Doesn't he teach you? And doesn't he push you to be your best so you can make cash flow in our TBC community? I'm sure Dan Luce and Lawrence Malecki probably do the same thing. Don't they challenge you and teach you and push you to be your best? So that's why you should always surround yourself with people that have your best interests, people that can challenge you. To challenge someone does not mean to hurt them. To challenge someone means to see how sharp they are so they can learn. So if someone challenge you in the billion coin to get people more, to get 10 people involved in 1 week, do you think you can do that? Do you think you could go out and find 10 people? If your mentor challenged you to find 10 people to get involved in the billion coin, if your mentor in TBC challenge you to activate that rapid reward system by getting 2 people involved and do the same thing with those 2 people, could you get 6? And this goes out to the people in this chat area as well as everyone else around that may hear this video. Could your mentor teach you? Are you willing to learn? Are you willing to learn what your mentor tried to convey to you? Will you allow your mentor to teach you? Will you allow your mentor to push you to be your best self? You understand what I'm saying to you all? I'm going to break it down for you again. Surround yourself, meaning you got people around you that has your best interest, with people who challenge you. To challenge someone is to make sure it's not to go against them necessarily. It's to get them out of their what? Comfort zone. To possibly be what? A broadcaster in the billion coin. You see what I'm saying? Challenge yourself. Allow someone to challenge you. How bold are y'all to challenge yourself to do something you don't always want to do? How bold would you make that step to get more people involved in the billion coin and activate what the admin has set forth in our rapid rewards as well as our massive growth system, our massive growth campaign, our merchant adoption campaign, and our cash flow campaign? How bold are you to activate and be involved in that? Or will you just let it just be posted on the blog and just observe it? Because see, that's what a lot of our members are doing. They won't engage themselves. You see? They won't engage themselves. So surround yourself with people who challenge you, who teach you, and push you to be your best self. Okay? All right. Now, let's go to the blog. You know, yesterday I had a small feeling. I can almost got a feeling and I had a feeling this was going to happen. Admin thinks a lot of Randy and I and a few others. And I had a feeling that it was going to be on the that my video was going to be on the blog post, the one I did yesterday with Lawrence Malecki was on my panelist. And it made the video. So thanks again, admin. It says United We Stand. And I went over that blog post, that very important blog post that they said it was the most important blog post of the day. And I went over it. and Randy did it before me in his live, and he didn't do it in a live broadcast. He did a recorded video. Okay. Thank you so much, you all, for being here. For all you that have come later. All right. Let's see here. Let me see. Can I? One thing. Let me put my link if anybody want to. I didn't put my link up there on the chat, so I'm gonna do that for you now. If anybody want to come on with me to hold on just a moment here. Okay, I put my I put the my link if anybody want to come on with me, because I think this would be a good discussion for a few people to talk about in terms of what I was talking about, that Bill Gates statement that I just showed to you. You know, because you know what I think is happening, what could be happening among some of our members? They're not surrounding themselves with the right people. Maybe their top 10 are not the right people they should have as top 10. Because if those top 10 are not growing our community, would you think that they're your right top 10? You see? Do you think they're the right top 10 you should have if they're not engaging in our cash flow campaign? Do you think they are involved in the rapid reward system? Do you think they are? Why is it that we cannot get to 25,000 and 50,000 people that we had when we were doing last year? Why is it that we can't do that? There's nothing stopping us. You can't blame it on our network anymore. You can't blame it on our wallet anymore. Have you ever known our admin to keep putting out things, tools, and materials and things that can help us at this quick rate? Just like they're putting this on the blog left and right. All these videos. Have you seen them do this much the last month or two? Have you all noticed an increase of that? Do you know what the message admin is saying to all of that? Why they keep feeding us with more videos and more material to help us move our what? Our population, our growth faster? But yet, we don't have enough people engaged. Oh, great. I was hoping my brother, I was hoping you would come on. Excellent. You just made my day. I was hoping that Femi would come on. This is an excellent discussion we should have. You know, Femi, when you agree that perhaps, and here members in TBC, maybe we're not surrounding ourselves with the right people that we can teach, that be willing to be taught, that be willing to, you know, learn the right way to move their journey forward. What do you say? What do you got to say about that? I know you got something to say about this subject.
Yeah, Stephen, I totally agree, because I realized that if you spend so much time with the wrong people that, you know, don't, let me just say the wrong people, you kind of like slow your growth. But when you surround yourself with the right people, with the people with the right mentality, you feel alive, you feel the ability to share. You know, that's what makes, or that interaction, ability to be able to discuss like serious subjects, you know, and then you grow. You know, you can imagine within the few few months that we've been in TBC. Some have been in TBC for a month, for some months, and this is like my second year plus in TBC. Did not gain it alone. I didn't gain the knowledge in isolation. It was because I surrounded myself and I listened to the right people. When you have people like Dan Lutz, Stephen Coffey, Dan Iwa, just take your time, listen to these guys. And then you came along too. So it's a combination of you know, great minds coming together. You know, and you know, it just makes things work. Things are working. Things are really working. So
you know, I just thought about that. Did you see that video that showed with the person chasing another person? You know, that poverty is chasing another person. You know,
yeah,
that reminds me of people. You know, I wish that the people in poverty in your country and your continent could see that, and people in Asia, people that's in poverty could see that, because that's what I imagine they feel like sometimes, that they're being chased. They can't get out of it because nowhere they go, that poverty just chasing them, you know. You know, I thought that was a funny video when I saw it. When Danny, I saw that on, I think it was on the homepage on Facebook, and I said, "Oh, I had to share that one to my timeline." I loved it. I thought it was perfect for to show on a live broadcast, as well as when I saw. I think I don't know why I got. Oh, I know why I got that statement from Bill Gates. I was, you know, daily I listened to Grant Cardone, you know, and he posted that on his live broadcast, and I took a screenshot of it with my phone. I was watching on my phone, took a screenshot. And I said, I'm gonna crop it and put it on my and I did that, and that's what I kind of want to focus my broadcast on, is surrounding yourself with the right people that you can teach, people that's willing to learn, you know. And I knew that you knew it. I know you have talked about these kind of things in your broadcast, so I know this was right down your line. And I said, I hope that Femi come on to be on my panel, because I wanted you to speak on this, because you know, how can anyone in TBC go ahead.
One thing I know, what did I have noticed about people that are making strides in TBC, it's not your ability to, it's not really your ability to talk, but your ability to listen. Do you get, you know, it's your ability to listen, not to just talk all the time. People that are listening and are able to process what is being said are able to navigate themselves properly within the TBC community, and I'm sure every other thing surrounding cryptocurrency and business. You need to, it's your ability to listen. That's majorly what you need. You know, what I do most of the time, before I open my mouth and say anything, is I listen. I take my time. I don't talk. It's just like the way my parents raised me. You know, my mom would always, you know, at that time, you know, I felt I knew everything. You know, when I was a teenager, you know, I thought I could rule the world. You know, and then she's always saying this, and she uses this same. She will say, "Femi, listen. Femi, just take some time to listen. Don't talk yet." You know, because what we realize is, and then what you notice is when you put something on social media, or you are making a statement or something you are saying, people are quick to chat, quick to say something, quick to give their opinion. But why don't you just listen? Let it finish. We're We are not done with this broadcast. We are not. We are still at maybe a few minutes left, but get to the point and then process and talk. So that's, when you surround yourself with the right people, than people that listen. There's a way things just work, and I'm sure we've been inside the particular, that program that we are in together. Just take your time to. It's not difficult.
Just like yesterday when I was reading that what that's on made the blog today, and when I was reading it, I was wondering, were people really listening to what admin is saying? Because when I try to do, when I read it, what I try to do is what I try to do is essentially this. When I read those things, I try to take my time to read it as if though someone is actually saying it to me. You know what I mean? Yeah. Someone is actually saying, like admin is actually saying to us, should I say? Admin is actually saying those things to us. Because I believe that admin says it. I think admin says it to essentially admin says it to make us really think. It's almost like what you just said. Admin says it for us to listen. Someone is talking, they want to listen. You want to listen. And I believe that's why admin put Rand in our broadcast, because we both went over the same thing. Because the admin said in that particular blog post, this is probably the most important blog post to date. Important blog post. It didn't say it was the best, it said it was the most important. So what I'm saying to you is, you're so on point when you say people need to learn to listen. Just listen. People so quick to jump to a conclusion without listening. So how can a person learn if they don't listen? If they're not willing to be taught? How can you teach someone to learn if they're not willing to listen?
Well, one thing I know is life is all about choices. And it's your choice. Is it that you learn the hard way?
Right.
Or you learn the easy way. Now, the hard way to learn in TBC, people will eventually learn. Is you don't listen, you don't read the blogs. All you are after is getting the keyword to the send button meeting without even listening to the send button meeting.
Right.
Right. You don't read between the lines of what the TBC admin is saying. You will learn the hard way. And the hard way people learn is when someone comes and presents, oh, there's an exchanger. Oh, you can convert your TBC to Bitcoin.
Oh, they listen then, though.
Yeah, they'll listen to that, and then they'll learn the hard way. But there's an easier way of doing it, where you make sure before you jump into anything that you see, get the feel of what people are saying about it in the community. And then your life will be easier, but don't be too quick to, and that's what I said. When you don't listen, it becomes a problem. It becomes a big problem.
Yep.
Don't. There's this thing that people need to imbibe, need to, absorb in their system. Especially, I'm not even talking about TBC. I'm talking about cryptocurrency. If you're in cryptocurrency, you are in cryptocurrency. That is, you need to be very, very patient. Then,
Oh, that's a big word that people need to use in TBC and cryptocurrency. If you're not patient in that phenomenon, you are going to lose money
you're
to
gonna
size, should
lose
I say?
everything. Then you have to
Yep.
be very patient. You have to be able to research, do
Mm-hmm.
your independent research, and then you must make sure you verify everything you hear. When you hear something from somewhere that this is, go and do a verification. It's not just in
Mm-hmm.
TBC, it's in business. When you are doing business and when you are doing cryptocurrency, there's a
Mm-hmm.
whole lot of slowing down that is required. You just need to breathe. Just need
Mm-hmm.
to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of people, unfortunately, this is what I think it's. I don't know whether it's human nature, it comes with greed or anything. But I realized that when during the Bitcoin era, the same thing that is happening to our community was what happened when Bitcoin started booming. A lot of fake exchanges came out, a lot of fake programs to just steal everyone's money, and a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people lost money. It happens. And now the
Mm-hmm.
same thing is happening to TBC, because now people are starting to realize that TBC is valuable.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Mm-hmm.
once TBC is valuable, they'll want to take it from you, and not just take your TBC or Kringles from you, they'll also want to take your fiat and your Bitcoin. So we need to learn from the past of what has happened.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I always say you need to do your research. You need to
Yep.
be patient, your research, you need to listen, listen very well. So don't take the wrong steps.
Mm-hmm.
TBC, Randy, if Randy gives you his story about how he has been dealt with in cryptocurrency, in the
Oh man.
past year, he's not the only person. But
Mm-mm.
Randy is not a person that gives up.
Mm-hmm.
Even when as much as has been dealt with, he still comes out smiling. That it's going to be life is going to be good, because there are some things that Randy has gone through. I can remember in the past that he would have just said, "I'm tired of cryptocurrency. I'm not doing anymore." But he still continues to drive and move forward.
Mm-hmm.
So if you see someone like that, what? Sometimes I ask myself, what excuse do you have? What excuse do you have?
Mm-hmm.
Like for me, compared to most of the leaders, like yourself, Randy, Lawrence Maluleke, and Christina Tengwe, all the leaders that we know, I'm young compared to so many of you guys. And then when you see people doing this, what excuse do I have as a
Mm-hmm.
young person with energy?
Mm-hmm.
What excuse?
Mm-hmm.
And then the same way I look at the people that are younger than myself, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and the way, the energy, what I'm putting into it, and then the same way I look at the people that are younger, I'm complaining. People that we have teenagers, people that are just early 20s, they complain so much. What if you complain this much while you are still a teenager, probably going to 2021? What will you do when you are 30 years old or 35?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You become a grandfather in complaining. You know,
I like that.
so let me even say, look at me. I'm a young guy, but I'm not young. I'm not a teenager. I left teenage in my teenage years a long time ago. And then I also have people ahead of me that are older than I am, and we are still sane. We are still doing things in sanity, in a sane way. Not we are not doing something in insanity. If you can do that, you as a young person that is coming up, your life is even much, because you are young and you will enjoy, the benefits more. So don't complain. You are a young person. You have that energy. You have time. You have so much time and energy. You have so much prospects. Than for me, there are some things as I am, I can't do anymore, because I'm not an old man, but I have more responsibilities.
Right.
So my message to most people is listen, don't complain, just go with the flow. If you are not satisfied, or it's not something you want, if TBC is not working for you, walk away. It's not by force, it's by choice.
By choice. Yep.
But don't force yourself into it. If you force yourself into it, you will force yourself out.
And you also force yourself. You find yourself complaining when you're not getting what you expect, and
Exactly.
because you came in with the wrong interpretation of what TBC is and what it isn't, and what your role is. You had your own agenda. So when I talk about surrounding yourself with the right people, those people got to be willing to listen.
Yeah.
They got to be willing to be taught. They got to be willing. And if you can push yourself to be the best person you can be, but you'll never be that person you can be if you don't want to listen to your mentor. Everybody needs to have a mentor to some extent, even in the Billion Coin. Somebody that they can listen to.
There's something I also want to tell. One thing I also want to say is, not everybody has the luxury of being around the right people. Not everybody has that luxury. And then in the business world, because there's a term I use is fanning the flame. You fanning the flame to make it better. Not everybody has that opportunity to have someone to fan your flame, to encourage you. But what you need to do is you need to fan your own flame. And Stephen Coffey, I can categorically tell you that in my cryptocurrency journey, with my friends and my family, I'm very isolated. No encouragement.
Wow.
But yes, nobody. I'm like the only person that talks about cryptocurrency in 1 mile radius away from me when it comes to family and friends.
They just thought they're not believers. They're not believers, I guess.
It's not just what they think is, it's just something there, and I don't force myself, I don't push myself. So if I try to get validation from the people around me, that's why I said not everybody has that luxury to be around the right people. My story is that I didn't start with having the right people around me to fan my flame or to encourage me. I had to encourage myself. Most times I even probably go to the mirror and talk to myself like a mad person. I talk to myself because I have to encourage myself. So that is one thing. You don't look for validation from outside. If you have the right people if you surround yourself with the right people, then you are lucky. It's fine. But if you don't have the right people, encourage yourself. Even there's a part of the Bible that says, encourage yourself, be encouraged. Because in life, not everyone has that luxury. Randy says it a lot, you know, based on his story. He says it a lot. He said when he first started, everybody thought he was crazy. You know, and how do you think he would have felt if he had gotten validation from people around him? He would probably have given up a long time ago, but he had to fan his own flame. He had to encourage himself. So that is what we all need to do. First, perfect your ability to fan your own flame, to encourage yourself and be positive by force. Then when you now get your support, you know, when you now have people that you are connected to that are also positive, it then helps the flame will get bigger, and then you guys will conquer things much better. But you first need to sort out your own flame.
That's some good information. Good information. You know, you're so right, because I think we have a lot of people in TBC that don't have that inner flame, that don't have that resource to and I believe that God gives us that one thing in all of us, the ability. But a lot of people don't have the ability to activate what's in them within themselves. And I do, you do, Randy does, some of the other leaders do. But it's a lot of people in society that don't even know they have it. You know? Don't even know they have it. But God gives this to us all. That's what blows me away. You know,
it was part of what I said in my last broadcast, and I also want to say thank you to admin for putting me on the blog. Just another time.
I congratulate you on my yesterday. I think that was excellent.
I said something about, do you know that you are powerful? That is how I'm going to probably start all my broadcasts now. Do you know that you are powerful? But you forget that you are. A lot of people forget that they are. They have that essence of power. And the power that you have is not the power to intimidate. It's the power to create and be beneficial to the people around you. But a lot of people don't even know they have that power, and the power is dead. They can't find it. Then what we are trying to do as leaders and being broadcasters, Stephen Coffey, myself, is trying to help you find your flame. When you find your flame, and then you know that you are powerful to do some things, you can then you can activate yourself and take on the world.
And you're not afraid of it. You're not afraid.
I'm not. You know, as long as you do things according, within the laws of your land. Don't do anything outside the laws. Do things in your own lane. Don't go and pull the wrong people into your, like a lot of people were trying to invite the vice president of Nigeria for what?
Yeah.
Or government get involved in.
Stay with that. Stay underneath the radar. I always use that expression. Stay underneath the radar. I always say that all the time. Don't bring the people that's gonna turn your opportunity upside down.
And that's why I'm saying that you don't even know you have your own flame. You are looking at someone else's flame to come and light your flame. No, find your flame, ignite it. And then when you find your flame and your flame is apparent to a lot of people around you, once you see that you're on fire, a lot of people will come from the cold. They'll come and get some warmth from you because you're on fire. That is how it is. Then when
same thing happens when you're excited. You notice when you're very excited, that turns to be contagious to people. Exactly. So they want to know what is it in you that got you so excited? Because I want some of it.
Exactly. I'm on fire. I'm excited. Stephen Covey is excited. Everybody, so all of us get excited, and then we become powerful and become unstoppable. But as long as you stay in the cold,
I don't know about you, Femi, but I'd rather be with the people that got the flame, that know their own power, that know that they can go forward in life, that know they can help someone to turn down their flame.
And that is surrounding yourself with the right people.
Exactly. You know, I hope that the people in this chat and those that listen to this, and I know admin gonna like this particular video, because this has been, I think this is one of the main issues that we have with people in TBC. They don't know. It's two things occurring. What you just said, they don't know how to find their own inner power to move forward, to engage themselves in the platform of the Billion Coin. And two, they don't know. Maybe that is it. I mean, I could say different things, but it's just that I just think people got to find out their own. They got to realize some people don't think they know. If they just stop trying to make TBC something that they want it to be, and use what they have in themselves, find the inner power, the inner self to move forward. But some people are, unfortunately, they're a little weak-minded. They're just not willing to engage themselves. They need somebody else to engage them, help them move, and then that flame is lit. But I know we got different types of people all over the world. That's what make it nice. We don't want everybody the same,
So if you know you cannot ignite your own flame or find it, look for those people that are on fire. Seek us out. Seek out the people, burning with passion for TBC, and then we'll show you how to burn with passion too.
Yeah. I'm just one of those. For me, and you probably the kind of person too. I don't need people to like my flame. I can do it on my own.
It's not just TBC. Cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is going to change the world.
Oh, no question. And those that not educating themselves of this phenomenon as cryptocurrency as a whole, they're going to miss the boat, just like they did with the internet came out over 20, 30 years ago. They're going to do the same thing. They're going to sit back and watch. They're going to let all the tabloids and all the negative things they're saying about cryptocurrency, let them kill their spirit about what can make them and their wealthy get out of poverty. And that's what's going to happen. But
Steve, you know what they are doing? You know what they are doing with the negativity, all the negativity. They'll keep bashing Bitcoin and all the cryptocurrencies that that's no. But in secret, at the back, they are amassing all the coins into their own wallets without you.
Yes. Yeah. I said that before in a broadcast. I said some of the same people. I know some of the same people, even here in the USA, that's in Washington, D.C., that's bashing Bitcoin, are the same ones. A few of them have already been identified as one of the biggest investors that you ever want to see.
So
you see?
What are we talking about?
Some of the biggest investors, because they want to keep you down. They don't want you to make the money.
They don't want you to make the money. They don't want you to wake up. And then you the tool that you use to wake up. So they will continue to say things, go to media, say all sorts of that cryptocurrency is being used for money laundering. What about the US dollar or currency?
How many times have they used that for money laundering?
Yes, they've been using currency, fiat, for money laundering for decades. So what are you talking about?
Decades.
So what are you talking about? What are we talking about? They'll keep you down. They'll continue to make you feel that you are doing the wrong thing. But in the end, they have thousands of Bitcoins in their wallets. And that's what the TBC admin is trying to do. There was a blog he released. He said the TBC Kringle coin is for the people, for the
Yep.
individual, not for institutions.
Nope.
Because
Nope.
there are some institutions that will at the point probably say they will never associate themselves with a private cryptocurrency like TBC because it is they don't believe it. But at the back end, they are they are doing everything to make sure that they have as many TBCs. But they in the front they'll bash it, but at the back they are acquiring it. So
Yep.
don't be deceived. We have just as you've said, the internet was the revolution that people thought was a hoax, and
They thought
then
it was a hoax.
today we cannot do anything. We can't do anything without the internet. It's the same thing with cryptocurrency. If you are saying cryptocurrency, there's no hope, there's no future, there's a lot of fluctuation, TBC doesn't, just have it, just have some for having sake, just have it and huddle,
Yep.
just have it.
Just have it.
Nobody knows what will happen.
We gotta understand what this phenomenon we have of cryptocurrency is all about. I understand it. You understand it. I understand it fully. I know what my hands. I'm not. I can never see myself ever leaving cryptocurrency. What I know of it. I know too much about it, and it's just too good right now. What I know, and it is no way that I can see myself ever leaving it. It would have to pretty much go away like going like something like going with the wind that no one wants to talk about no more. They took it off the internet. That's the only way that I could stop, because I know too much about it now. For myself, I haven't lost like some people have. I haven't lost a lot of money in cryptocurrency because I was smart. I'm one of those kind of people that I wait to see what's going to happen before I started putting money in. And I almost put some of my money in one of those programs, and I could have been had just like a lot of people, but I pulled back just in time. But all I can say is, if you got somebody that's an expert that can help you, that's the way to go. If you know somebody that's been helped a lot of people, that's the way to go. But what we have in TBC, all you got to do is do a purchase peer-to-peer and get the word out and get people involved. That's all you got to do. And we got the platform and make it so easy for you. All you just got to do is that. And next thing you know, you could be a millionaire or a billionaire. You just got to believe that TBC is going to be a fully developed coin at some point, just like Bitcoin took 10 years to be 8, 9, 10 years to become mainstream, and they're still not mainstream yet. So
I said at one point that Bitcoin is an experiment. It's an experimental, it is. But the experiment has decided to become reality for a whole lot of people. So, and it hasn't started yet, because do you know what will happen, Stephen? Have you thought about what will happen if all the Bitcoins become are mined?
To all 21 million?
All 21 million. What do you think will happen?
That's a very good question.
It becomes a scarce commodity.
You said what?
It becomes a scarce commodity.
Well, it's just like enough. It just stops, because guess what? The same thing going to happen to TBC when it gets to 1 billion. When it gets to 1 billion members, the ultimate price is supposed to be there to mirror it, and that's it. That's supposed to be it. As far as I know, from what I've always read about TBC, the same thing applies. We get to 1 billion people. That's it.
Do you know that? You know that when it's fully mined, one Bitcoin will probably be worth $1 million.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Because you know what makes it that way, right? Is the demand. Demand makes things go up. The demand.
Now you 20, you said 28, 26 billion or million coins,
it's
right?
21 million. It's only 21 million Bitcoins will be mined. Only 21 million.
21 million Bitcoins for 7.6 billion.
And guess what?
For 7.
And guess what? Right now, it's already 16 to 17 million already been mined. It's going to take that little bit over the next 9 to 10 years for that to be mined. Because, what is it? Because it's still a demand, but in this past year, you notice that Bitcoin did not go up as much. It's flatlined. It stayed in the 6,000s. It went to 7, you know, but we all know that something big is coming.
Sure, we know
it's coming. It's coming, and it's going to happen next year.
Know.
It's going to happen. The first part next year, you're going to be shocked. You're going to say, "What? Here we go again." You know,
Stephen, we know it's going to come because we know
it's going to come.
You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean.
You and
by
I
that.
know. You and I know.
Yeah,
but not many people know it. Not many people know it, and that's the edge that you and I are going to have. You know.
Yeah.
People like Randy Wilson and a few people on this live broadcast that know what we're talking about. We got something that everybody don't have.
Yeah.
So this is great. This is great to have something that someone that knows what they're doing, as they say. Well, anyway, listen, this has been a nice broadcast. Femi, you were wonderful as always. You know, I really wanted to zero in on, surrounding yourself with the right people to be able to that particular thing that I showed with Bill Gates. I really want to zero in on that for this broadcast, and we did that. And I believe that I heard some people. There was some changes in the chat too. So I want to thank everyone for being here. Femi, what's the day today? Is Thursday. You got a broadcast tomorrow, I think, right?
Broadcast now. Yes.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Today is what?
Today is Friday. Friday.
Oh my God. Today is Friday. You're right. Today is Friday. Right.
I'm going to be talking about bots. Today is movie night. We're going to talk about robots.
Oh, robots. Wow. Interesting. Interesting. Y'all hear that on the chat? I encourage people to go to his live broadcast to listen to that. That's going to be interesting. So thank you so much, Femi, for all your great words as always. All you gave us today was right on point. Thank you all for the live broadcast. For everyone that's out there, my little one that always watched me and the one that always watched me, always supports me. I love everybody. Everybody just so great out there. Just keep pushing forward. And I thought I wouldn't see you all today, but looks like I will be here tomorrow. I may not be there Sunday. There's a chance I won't be there Sunday doing live broadcast, but I don't know I will be here tomorrow from the look of things. So get over to his broadcast. What time you started? You started by another half an hour or so?
I'm starting immediately.
Oh, immediately. Oh my God. Okay. So everybody go over to Femi's live broadcast and support him, okay? Y'all have a great day. And I want to say goodbye to all. Thanks, Femi.